President Biden, for many months now, has been trying to claim the economy is going great, and so far, no one is believing him. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the 2024 presidential election, because everybody, as most of you probably know, Biden and his people have been trying to claim to the American people, no, the economy isn't bad. In fact, the economy is great. It's one of the strongest economies we have ever had, and they're coining a new phrase known as Bidenomics. Well, so far, most people have ignored them, ignored what they're saying, and they're saying, we don't believe you. This is a bunch of garbage you're pushing. Nobody with a brain thinks the economy is good right now. But we're going to go over why do most people think that still, and what do the actual numbers say. Again, I'm not an expert at this field, but this is right from the BLS, which is the Bureau of Labor Statistics and all of that. So this is the government itself admitting what is the real economy. Before we continue with today's video, however, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody, let me be clear before we even continue. I am not an expert at economics. I know the general gist of it, I know the basics, but I'm not saying that I know every single detail, because I don't. I'm not like somebody on Twitter that read one sentence and called it a day. I actually did research and know a little bit beforehand from prior experiences and stuff, but either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm an expert or not. I'm not. But we're just going to look right at the numbers the government provided to us last month. But before we get into that, we should explain what is Bidenomics and why are most people saying, you're full of it. But let's start. Bidenomics is, according to somebody in the White House, is inflation's going down, and the term Bidenomics is going to come to signify President Biden has a plan. They may not be able to list every single thing in that plan, but it's more factories, it's more jobs, it's prescription drug costs. That's right. This is their supposed Bidenomics. Lower inflation. Funny. That's a real funny joke. More factories, more jobs, and lower costs for prescription drugs. Now, it actually sounds good. I actually agree with the stuff that they're pushing in this plan that they supposedly will somehow implement. However, they've been saying this is Bidenomics. It's working right now. Well, yeah, you may have been able to pass stuff like the Inflation Reduction Act, the infrastructure bill, and CHIPS, and some of it's good, like the CHIPS Act is solid in some parts. The problem, however, is it may be good long-term, but so far, especially the CHIPS Act, so far there's really nobody believing you. We're still struggling. When you look at all the metrics, most people, they agree this sucks. The economy is garbage. Now, so let's go through each claim. One, the inflation stuff. This has to be a psyop. There's no way. You look at this chart here. Look at this. This is the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. Essentially what it is the index of prices. They compare the prices of certain objects, items, and they compute that's what the inflation rate is. So 100 is the index. It's indexed to 82, I believe. That's the seasonally adjusted metric. Well, ever since Biden took over, it has been rapidly increasing. Look at this. Now, in the past few couple months, there has been, a slowdown of the inflation. You look at the change from, or percent change from a year ago, yes, the percent growth of inflation has been trending downwards. That's 100% true. But here's the problem with that. This isn't because of Bidenomics. It's not because of that at all. No. It's because the Fed has been jacking up interest rates for a year now. We're up to what, 5% interest rates? That's why inflation is going down. But when you look at it even further, you realize it's not really going down. This is still a 3% increase from last summer when inflation was skyrocketing. Remember that? So yeah, it's not as fast as last year, but it's still a lot because last year had a fast growth of inflation. You're just slightly slower than it was last year. And that's the key. Yes, percentage-wise, it's going down, but it's still going up quite a bit. You just look at raw numbers, and it still has been going up a decent amount. Of course, not as fast as, May of 2022 to June of 2022, but it's still going up quite a bit. And that's with big interest rates. And usually, when you have these high of interest rates, usually that signifies an incoming recession. That's usually what happens. But again, this has nothing to do with whatever Biden's claiming to do. It just has to do with the Fed. So no, Bidenomics isn't solving inflation. In fact, they caused inflation since early 2021. They did. Look at the Trump administration. Basically no significant increase in CPI. January of 2017, 243 CPI. January of 2021, 262. Only a 20-point increase. Well, look at this. We're up to 303. Nearly a 40-point increase in what? Under 3 years? That's why people are not believing you that inflation is going down. And let's look at it even further. This is the inflation metrics, or the CPI, by food and energy and all items. Yes, a 3% growth of inflation with all items. Energy, food, everything. But look at food costs. They went up nearly 6%, just under. Do you know why this all items category wasn't so bad? Because energy. This is why inflation is going down, but most people are still suffering. Gas prices did go down a little bit. That is 100% true. Energy costs did collapse. But all items includes energy. I mean, yes, energy costs, gas prices, all of that, they don't cost as much as last year. Congratulations! You had record high gas prices last year. That's why it went down. It's still higher than average. But look at all these items. Medical cost, 4%. Look at shelter, 8%. Transportation, 8%. Food, 5.7%. It's almost a 6% increase in food. And when you do not count either food or energy, it's closer to 5%. That's faster than the wage growth we've been seeing. It just keeps going on. This is why when it comes to inflation, people are still saying it's a big problem. Because, yeah, congratulations, gas prices aren't so bad. When everything else is still fairly high, even with significant increases in interest rates, that's not a good sign. But that's just one part of Bidenomics, and that has nothing to do with Biden's doing that the number has slowed down. That has to do with the Fed. But this other part, the jobs market, this is the one thing that I've seen more people talk about than anything. Because most people, I think, can agree the inflation is just, that's the Fed's doing. That's why it's going down. Supposedly. The Fed, I still have my opinions on that, but it doesn't matter. The jobs market. This is what everyone points to as the key metric to Biden's success. Okay, sure, in 1 month, a lot of these industries did go up. Jobs did grow. But here's the catch. Look at where the jobs came from. Private education and health services. The government, leisure and hospitality. Look at 3 months. Same deal. And look at manufacturing. A good paying job in a month decreased the amount of jobs it had. Good paying jobs is in manufacturing and other some of these other ones, they're growing not as fast as crappy leisure jobs. Which, let's be real, these are summertime jobs. It's August. Gee, you're telling me that a lot of people, younger people, are going to work in the summer? Wow! It's even better. Look at this. The amount of full-time employees from June to July decreased by 600,000 people. Full-time. Part-time? It went up almost 1 million. All these jobs, they're not good-paying full-time jobs. They're crap part-time summer jobs. It's just factually true. You're seeing virtually the same increase, actually, in raw numbers of part-time people than full-time workers. That's not a stable economy that just, oh, the summer, it's more people are working part-time. Wow. That's what I'm saying. The job growth, yes, it isn't the worst in the world. But the claim that it's some great accomplishment, it really isn't. These are not good paying jobs, unlike Trump's time. Trump had a huge increase in manufacturing, and sure, when you look over 12 months, there has been an increase over manufacturing jobs. But nowhere near as, leisure and hospitality, private education, which, mind you, they're not good paying. This is why most people, when they look at the job market, it's like, it's okay. But people that actually live in it, they realize these aren't good jobs. And the rate of wage growth is not as fast as some of this, like food costs going up 6%. So overall, this is why. The jobs, yeah, there's jobs, increasing, I guess. But they're not good paying jobs. Most of it's in crappy, underpaid, leisure jobs, which is mostly summer stuff. And also part-time. And on top of that, the inflation, still, food's gone up 6%. Necessities have gone up way further than the 3% reported because energy was accounted in the formula. And energy did go down, but that's just one part. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.